So you have probably heard about vibe coding many times, but you don't know what it is. And in this video, I will explain what vibe coding is and how vibe coding 2026 will actually work. I will give you a direct and easy blueprint and game plan how to build your very first application with help of vibe coding and some AI tools and to generate your first sales. So I would say let's dive into it. The very first part of creating the product is creating and validating an idea. Maybe you already have one idea about something that you're very passionate about and you really want to build something. You can do some market research, and if you still think it's worth building, you can continue and build it. But if you don't have any idea and don't know what's actually going on in the world, I would suggest you will use some of these three resources. Of course, it's Twitter or X, Reddit, and my hidden gem is Product Hunt. The easiest one and the most straightforward one is Reddit. Reddit is basically a forum, as a big forum where people chat about some different ideas and different topics. And so if you go to, for example, this topic called passive income, and you can just scroll it and see what is actually interesting. For example, this post gets a lot of upvotes. What online hustles actually worked for you? And you just start reading people comments, what they're saying, and maybe you pick up some ideas or some insights, and you just start to build this idea out in your head. You sketch it, you write it down and try to make some product out of it. So in this case, it might be like a online website showing a lot of different side hustles in 2026, and you can add affiliate links to it, to different SaaS solutions or whatever. So you just try to work this idea out in your head, do some research, and then let's say now you have a complete understanding and you can imagine how your product looks, and now it's time to start building it. So you want to build a very simple version of your product, which is called MVP, just to see if this idea has a fit in current market, if it's validated, and to confirm basically your idea and your thoughts. So the very first thing you want to start with, in my opinion, so how I do it, it's V0. V0, it's a vibe coding tool, okay, AI coding tool, call it whatever you want, which helps to build your product out from prompt. So you just go in there, you type something like build a website for side hustles with many side hustle as a cards and show them and whatever. You just try to build it out with help of V0. Let's say you need 20 to 30 prompts to make it look okay, to make it look good. For other users to start using it. After this, you push V0 code that you created to GitHub. GitHub is like code repository. It's like something where your code copy is stored and located. After that, you need to clone this same project to Cursor and continue building it using Claude Code. Okay, you just select some Claude models or run it through terminal and try to build your idea out to some sort of MVP. So you have one main feature and you just try to highlight it in your product so people can start and use it, and maybe you will see some sales and then you will continue to build it. After you have done some front-end work with help of these tools, you will need to connect a backend. It's something where your data is stored. It can be your front-end data or user data. If your site needs a login area or admin dashboard, you will need to store user login data somewhere. It's where your login, email, and password is stored. And you can use Supabase for it. It also has authentication possibility, so you can log in with email, I don't know, Twitter, Facebook, Google, whatever, and you can use Supabase to store authentication data of your users as well as some other data needed for backend. In final steps, when you see your product is done, you will need to add some payment processor And in this case, the perfect fit is Stripe, so it's like the perfect stack to build something, to vibe code something in 2026. After this, your idea is completed to some very initial stages of big vision. Okay, so let's call it MVP. You have built the MVP inside there, and you want to test this idea. You want to see if it has a fit in the current market, if it's validated, if you get any sales, any interest from outside. So for this, there are some very cheap and basically free ways to test it. You can, of course, hire an agency or run some ads, but it might be pricey, might be not for everyone, but if you wish, you can just skip this step. But to validate idea in very first steps, there are 4 main ways. So if you got your idea from Reddit, I would suggest you just go back there and say, look, I have built this tool, it might be helpful. You just post it in very same subreddit or very same thread just to see if people have some feedback for you. Just genuinely ask for some feedback from the users. On Reddit, many of them are very helpful and give some really good feedback for your product, at least from my perspective. After that, you can improve your product based on this feedback and maybe post something on Twitter. You can make some cool screen recordings or whatever, just showing what your product does, what problem it solves. And after you have improved it to some certain level, so it's usable at least, you can go to Product Hunt. Product Hunt is a tool where you can post your startup, and if it's good, it gets some upvotes and gets promoted for free, basically. Also for free users, they can join it. Also, you have basically free traffic. If it's good, if your idea is good, it gets many upvotes, and you will climb this ladder and maybe even become product of the day or of the week, of the month, whatever. As soon as you get your first sales, it might validate your idea to confirm that it is worth building, that it is worth committing to this idea, and you can continue and build this even further. If this final part of this journey doesn't show any feedback, any sales, any user interactions, nothing, then maybe you should consider switching up to next idea using the very same process. The whole idea of vibe coding, and especially vibe coding in 2026, when it has become so popular and well known, is to test and validate ideas very quick, to build it very quick before you lose interest in your idea, before people build your idea, and so on. Just to try to operate as quick as possible and to deliver as many ideas as possible in shortest time. Now, if you find this video interesting and we will have enough views and likes and stuff, I would love to create a full guide how I build things, how I access it, how I build very step-by-step process just to show everything. I would love to build it in front of you. I will make a big video about it. Just let me know in the comments if it was helpful, if it was interesting, and if I see there is some feedback from users, I would love to show you more. Also show you some of my websites I've built and my results and so on. So just be interact with this video, follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, links are below, and thank you for watching.